Magnus down to 14 seconds. Queen A to rook C1 played.
But what is
Rook C1 is better, but this should lead to a perpetual now somehow.
Exclam.
Ah, you mean Queen B3, Queen C5, Rook D7?
Yes.
Wow.
And I think both players cannot avoid the repetition of moves here.
What a game.
Unless you sacrifice the queen with Queen C3 in this position. But I don't think Magnus feels the need to do something drastic like this. He does.
He does it.
Wow.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yes.
He likes to play on.
He likes to play chess.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
But also he has such a stable construction. And if the bishop, I wanted to say, if that bishop comes to life, but the same applies for white. Yeah, black goes rook d5. If black can provoke d4, then everything is fantastic. Then white's bishop is
Unbelievable
buried.
decision by Magnus. B5.
But with queen a3, made sure that the bishop is not able to reach f8. Very important to control this diagonal.
But the white bishop is also kind of...
Yes. It's like a Caro-Kann type of structure. Yeah? There's rook d8 getting ready for bishop f8. It's so much more easier to play with black. Now that this knight on c7 is seemingly passive, but it protects all the weaknesses and the king.
Yeah. So how can white stop bishop f8? No way.
And if bishop f8 comes, then practically it's very tough. Queen c1. Bishop f8 will be played. Is he planning d5, bishop b6 trick? Is that the trick? Probably, but okay, black can play king b7 first. Just eliminate all this, sacrifice and on the board. Yeah, sacrifice g5, rook d7, and then knight gets to d5. Perfect harmony.
Now a3 is possible.
What?
A3.
Wow.
My goodness. What a
That
shocking
is so
move.
brutal. It's like you're making fun of the opponent.
Well, it's the only move to not be worse, but I think Magnus saw it coming, otherwise he would just give up the pawn on g5.
Wow, really? Did he see that?
But
Yeah,
rook
he's
d7
about to play
also
it.
looks good.
Yeah, rook
He's
d7 is
about
the
to play it.
natural
He's
move.
just double checking.
Yes, about to. Wow, and Richie
Did not see this move
Yeah.
at all.
did not see it coming. It was a shock.
And now black is better. Black is clearly better.
Double exclam.
Oof. Magnus Carlsen working his magic. Incredible game.
Very impressive.
Unbelievable how he managed to
He takes on d8,
defend. Yeah, he's in a state of shock.
but now
He's
black's just up a piece.
Yes.
He should have at least brought the queen back.
Yeah, but
Oof.
it's so difficult to control your emotions.
Oh my goodness.
Well, probably wants queen e7, taking the h7 pawn. Black plays b4, b3.
No, bishop h6, just now already no fancy business. And I said there was enough adventure in this game. I just going professional. Queen h7, queen c1 will be played, yeah, and perfect harmony.
d5 trying to muddy the waters, but it should not be enough.
Logical try by Rapport.
We might see another 6 decisive games in this round. Just amazing.
Yeah, he unfortunately, this knight on c7, what a monster this knight is.
Yes.
Protecting the king, guarding the e8 square so the e-pawn cannot really promote. Now even queen e4 check probably is good enough
Yes, that's it, basically.
on the board.
Too many passed pawns for black.
h4, bishop to d4, can white fight? But bishop g7, opening up the way for b4, b3, b2. g5, okay. b4, h5, b3, h6. The game continues. Did Magnus relax a bit early?
He needs to bring the king now. King c6, king d7. Take care of this e7 pawn so he can also use the knight. And with the king, knight, and bishop combined, the pawns on the connect pass pawns should be tamed.
And on the board, yeah, masterfully played.
Too good.
h5, king d7. Just like against Vidit, when Vidit had those pawns against Magnus and he was bringing his king quietly closer to the dangerous pawns. Very much the same technique.
What an amazing fight.
Richard could have won this game and the previous one, and instead it seems like he will be pretty much eliminated if he loses this game. Heartbreaking. Yeah,
the feeling is that he's playing such a good chess.
Yeah, so creatively, dynamically, but he's not rewarding himself in the end. This is the painful part.
And now g6, knight f4 check.
Yes.
That's a big problem.
That is a big problem indeed.
Yeah, poor Richie. Playing brilliantly and then losing like this.
But you also have to give credit to Magnus Carlsen, of course. He could have taken a draw, would have been a good result for him, maintaining the lead. But he wanted more, giving up the queen in his second consecutive game, by the way.
Yeah, and he could have also get checkmated if he's not as good as a defender as he was, yeah?
Yes.
Who else would have survived this? I don't know. Crazy. King e3. Richie is still hoping for a miracle.
He can b4.
Eliminate the e4 pawn and then somehow the b pawn as well. The king is close to the b pawn, and we still have the h pawn as a distraction.
That Magnus doesn't know how to check me with knight and bishop.
Well, Richie will resign. He will not play that position.
Why not?
No, here you don't play. No, it's not kindergarten.
What do you mean? Last time it was two knights.
Two knights, of course. Two knights you play, yeah. 2 knights you play, right? Because that's a draw. Of course you play, you show off. But no. No, but yeah, poor Richie.
No, there's nothing to do here. Black will just win both pawns. White cannot get to the b3 pawn, and that's it. Eventually, White has to give up the bishop. We get to an endgame knight bishop against king, and this is a win for Black. And yeah, I don't think Richie wants to see it.
Yeah, he plays king d2. Okay, he will try as long as he's not losing his pawns. If he loses the pawns, then it's pointless.
Then it's pawnless, yeah?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Vincent is about to win. Fabiano has won this big game, the clutch game against Pragnananda. So Fabi is easing forward. Vincent is fighting back. And as we highlight, Hikaru just resigned, that Hikaru, the strategy of drawing my games, no, you cannot draw your ways.
Look
what?
At that.
Knight d5, bishop a3, bishop b2 is coming. But according to
bishop f8 was the way. Bishop f8, he got the chance.
Bishop g7.
Oh no! And he rushed it. Oh, he could not believe it. He could get the chance.
Now he will play bishop f8, but it's too late. Now king e8, king f7, and the knight reached the destination.
Oh no! Yeah, you always have to be ready to grab the chance.
Look at Magnus's face there. He kind of looks like, I'm sorry, but this is life. Yeah, he's coming with the king.
He wants to go bishop.
Checkmate.
But he doesn't
bishop
have,
b2. He wants.
but knight b2. The problem is he can.
Exactly.
If white would go bishop c5, wherever bishop d4, it's a stalemate. But he can't make it.
He can't make it. Yeah, bishop b2, bishop takes b2, h8, bishop h8, and stalemate.
But the problem is bishop b2, knight.
Yeah, just to highlight. Yeah, bishop b2. If black takes with the bishop, then h8 we are able to sacrifice all our material. Bishop has to take the queen, and all of a sudden it's stalemate. So chess is a beautiful game. Unfortunately, Magnus will capture with the knight, and then there is no stalemate idea.
Yeah, the thing is that white has no place for the bishop.
Yeah, bishop e7. He is sacrificing the bishop.
But this is not checkers. Magnus does not have to take it. He will not take it. This would be stalemate.
King
he
f7.
Just moves on to...
And he will always take with the king, yeah? Whenever it comes...
bishop f6?
Yes, king takes f6.
King takes f6.
Whenever bishop f6, then
and if you go
takes.
bishop h3, let's say bishop d8, king g7, bishop g5, king h7, bishop f6,
Then
The
you don't.
si-
Then bishop g7.
The thing is,
and
yeah.
then king g6, bishop f6, king
Yes,
f5, and you
exactly.
just
But you can also move the knight.
move the bishop also, and yeah, you can move everything. Yeah, bishop g7 and Richie designs. Oh no, this hurts. This really hurts. Congratulations, Magnus. Fantastic defense, amazing play afterwards, but we are feeling very sorry for Richie.
Should have just moved to you want to look at it. I mean, I was considering queen c3, but it's too much. It's too easy. I felt like I should have something.